Hello and welcome to this information video about Federations of Scientific Analytics. Federations of Scientific Analytics of different countries and continents, as well as the World Federation of Scientific Analytics, are public institutions which are created with the following purposes: Regional Association of Professional Scientists, students engaged in scientific studies, practitioners and admirers of science, which are participants of the Academy's GISA project and the championships in scientific analytics. Protection of interests of the Federation members, representation of interests of the Academy in the corresponding region. Formation of national teams in scientific analytics of different levels and representation of their interests in the project. Organization of national championships in scientific analytics in separate countries. Joint elaboration of recommendations concerning improvement of the GISA project and concerning the championships in scientific analytics which are sent to the Academy. Organization of scientific, educational and promotional events and ceremonies on behalf of the Academy. Implementation of scientific, educational, publishing and commercial projects on behalf of the Academy. A corresponding federation receives a certain share in profits gained in such projects. In exceptional cases, the Federation may recommend to grant the status of the Federation member to prominent scientists, political or public figures of the state, even if these individuals do not take part in the project. The Academy may approve or reject these candidates. Federations are formed on the initiative and with assistance of official partners of the Academy, corresponding administrators of federations. Government bodies of federations are elected directly by members of the corresponding federations in the democratic way. Members of the federations approve the charters or regulations of their federations. Federations do not have the status of the legal entity. They do not require any state registration in the corresponding countries and acquire the official status as soon as the Academy registers the application signed by the administrator of the corresponding federation and by at least 10 of its members or founders, as well as the charter or the regulations of the federation, again approved by these founders. Termless registration of the federation is verified by the registration memorandum of the Academy. A federation is the structural subdivision of the Academy. It is formed on the basis of public initiative and non-commercial interaction of citizens with similar goals and interests. Functioning of the federation has the legal form of joint activity of an unlimited number of persons concerned without establishment of the legal entity. Powers of officials, these are president, vice president, speaker or the senate members, the presidium, are formalized by the accreditation certificates of the Academy. The legal nature of internal relations between members of the federation is manifested in their interaction on the basis of statements of the Federation's charter, which has the status of an open contract of adhesion to the joint activities. As the project develops, activities of federations extend, and the number of their members grows up. At some point, federations will be granted the right to establish the legal entity by undergoing the state registration in the corresponding countries on the basis of the charters, of course harmonized with the Academy. Functions of a scientific analytics federation. Association of participants of the GISA project and other projects of the Academy on the corresponding national level. Formation of the federation's self-governing bodies. Representation and protection of interests of the federation members. Delegation of representatives to participate in activities of international federations of scientific analytics. Providing all-round assistance to members of the Federation in matters of participation in the GISA project and in other projects of the Academy. Organization and guidance of participation of the national teams of the Federation in the field-specific within the scientific section, branch-specific within the specific branch of science, and interdisciplinary, it means general scientific nominations, in the championship of the corresponding continent and in the World Scientific Analytics Championship. Participation in the competition for the Academy's Federations Cup. Organization of the National Championship in Scientific Analytics for the club teams. Annual determination and awarding of the best representatives of a country in the following nominations: Best Scientist Analyst, Best Author of the Scientific Paper, Best author of the popular scientific work, best author of the educational literature, best educational institution, best publisher of scientific and educational literature, best innovator or inventor, best sponsor in the field of science and education, and other nominations objectively corresponding to the subject and goals of the Academy established upon the initiative of the corresponding federation. Then formation of the National Annual Scientific Collection Golden Book of Scientific Elite and presentation of information about scientists of the corresponding states for inclusion in the collection called Diamond Edges of the World Science. Cooperation with sponsors and investors willing to provide assistance in activities of federations and their events. Administering the information section of the federation on the website of the World Scientific Analytics Federation. Purposeful use of official attributes of the federation and other fields of activity which must be coordinated with the Academy. Documents and attributes of a federation. Numeric or identification seal of the federation provided by the Academy. Logo of the federation. Certificates and identification cards for members of the federation, including the accreditation certificates for officials. Universal or personal badges for members of federations and the national teams. Diplomas and ID cards for members of national teams in scientific analytics. Registration memorandum of the Academy. The website of the Federation or profile on the website of the World Research Analytics Federation. Letterheads and envelopes of the Federation, and other attributes of the Federation. Federations are entitled to initiate commercial projects and participate in their realization with organizational assistance of the Academy. System of the Federations of Scientific Analytics. First is National Federations in Scientific Analytics. Then there go Continental Federations of Scientific Analytics. And the biggest is the World Federation of Scientific Analytics. Upon request of persons concerned, regional federations inside certain countries may be established. This is to be harmonized with the corresponding national federations, as well as the interstate regional federations. This is to be harmonized with the corresponding continental federations. If you need more information about projects of the Academy, please take a look at our other videos and visit the official websites of our projects. Thanks for watching.